Hey guys, it's Dee. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, I'm one of the hosts of a professionally diagnosed DID system, dissociative identity disorder, and we are also a qualified counsellor. And today I want to talk about a book that I read on the weekend. So guys, I don't normally do book reviews, and this video isn't a book review as such, but this book that I read, boy has it affected me. So the book is, it's like a young adult fiction, I guess. It's aimed at 13 to 18-year-olds, according to the research I've done online, and I got it from the library in the young adult section. And it's called Pieces of Me by Kate McLaughlin. It's a book about dissociative identity disorder. It's not a real life account. It's just like, it's a fiction. It's not a biography. And I mean, it was pretty accurate in the sense of how dissociation goes and the things that someone with DID experiences in their day-to-day life. But the bits that got me, Jesus, I've bookmarked some pages just to read you a little bit of, So the person in the book, Dylan, has been diagnosed with DID, and their bestie is Izzy. And there's one part in the book where Izzy, I'm just trying to find it, where Izzy asks Dylan if she can, so Dylan's keeping a journal where she writes, and the alters write to each other and communicate with each other. And it's a journal that Izzy bought them. And anyway, she knows Dylan's been using the journal to communicate with the alters. And so Izzy has asked if she can write notes in the journal as well to share with the alters, because she wants to let them know that she's there for them. Dude, that touched me, because like, I don't even have friends, let alone someone who wants to actually talk to my alters. Even like, I have support workers and stuff, and they know I've got DID, and they have interacted with some of my alters, but never has anyone asked to be able to communicate directly with my alters. Everyone's just always treated my alters like they're me, not individual alters or people in their own right. I just couldn't imagine, and like anyone even taking that level of interest in my system. Like, yes, my support workers do. My support workers, I have a great relationship with all my support workers, and they ask me questions all the time about DID and my system and my inner world. And like, I love that, I love that they want to learn and that they feel like they can ask me questions, and I love talking about it with them, because they work with me on a daily basis. They're, me and the support workers, we're in each other's face like a lot. And so, I'm okay with them asking questions. But friends, I don't have any. Family, I don't have any. But back when I did, and even previous support workers, it'd just be nice if people would would ask questions. Things like, do you have littles? Tell me about switching. Tell me about, like, just general curiosity. Just to have someone accept the DID for what it is would be amazing. And this book talks about that a lot. Like, Dylan is so accepted. No one's scared of her. No one turns a blind eye to the DID. Everyone's accepting of it. I've never experienced that, ever. And I felt like I've had to continuously mask and hide my DID and hide my alters because I just feel like we're not accepted, we're not welcome, The other thing that the book is big on that really upset me was the level of support that this DID system receives from family and friends. How many people with DID keep it a secret because they feel like they can't even tell their friends or their family, or they do tell friends and family and they receive the opposite. They're rejected and abandoned for being open and honest about their trauma and how it's affected their brain. I mean, in the book, this person was just so accepted and supported. We can't even find support through professionals for our DID, as is the case with so many other DID systems. It's hard to find even a psychologist that understands or accepts a disorder. There's still a lot of psychologists that don't. They don't believe in it, or they think it's rare, or you possibly can't have that diagnosis because, it's rare. I'm never going to meet someone with it. So it's hard to get that support and understanding and acceptance even by professionals like psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers, doctors, support workers. And that really hurt me in this book because if people would just accept me and understand me, my life would be so much different. I wouldn't have to mask as much as I do. I wouldn't have to be scared or ashamed of myself and how I present myself to the world. Sorry, I don't know if I'm rubbing my nose. I don't know if I'm going to switch or not. I'm feeling a bit spaced out. Rubbing my eyes and my nose is a sign of a switch, so just bear with me. I want to try and get this out. I don't know who's trying to come through, but they can just wait because I'm filming a video. So family being accepting of DID. I don't know how common that is. In my experience, it's the complete opposite. If anything, just being diagnosed with PTSD caused arguments within my family. You had a good childhood. You weren't abused. Are you sure you've really been diagnosed with PTSD? Like, your childhood was so good, you weren't traumatized. Stop being a drama queen. And that's just with a PTSD diagnosis. Don't even dare mention having a diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder. Like, God, there's just no support. If anything, it's criticism. It's being called a liar, being called a faker, a drama queen, attention seeking, self-diagnosing when I'm not self-diagnosed. I can show you in writing from one of the top psychiatrists in the world, top 12 in the world. He's top in Australia, and he's written it in black and white that he diagnoses me with dissociative identity disorder, and he witnessed 3 switches in 2 minutes. That's written in black and white on my diagnostic report. Dude, I wasn't even aware I switched, and he called me out on it. Yet, you know, I've got that diagnosis in black and white, and I still can't find acceptance or support or understanding. So that in the book, the fact that Dylan receives so much love and support from her family when I can't even get it from professionals, let alone friends or family, just really hit me, really affected me, because it's very rare that for others to even know, you know, that I have DID. And again, because of that aspect of being unsupported, being ashamed because of the way others treat you when they find out you do have DID, or they are confronted with a different alternate person at the front, like a alter, a different identity. Let's see what else. There's one more thing. One really good thing in this book that towards the end was, again, when Dylan was having a conversation with her accepting, supportive family. Where Dylan's like, she's referred to herself as crazy, right? Because she's got DID, like, you know, I'm just crazy. Hey, if you're into crazy girls, I guess I'm the girlfriend for you type conversation was what was being said. And, you know, the family kind of call her out on that, and they're like, crazy. And she's like, well, you know, my boyfriend can tell when I'm not me, you know? And the family's like, wait, he can tell when you're not you, when you've switched? Like, really? How? And she makes a statement, yes, I guess it's because he always knows. And the family comes back and says, well, I suppose that makes sense, because for the family, right, I assume you're always you, because even when you're different, I recognize it as what I believe to be you. Does that make sense? And that's how I view DID and my DID. I don't view it as me having separate personalities or being different people. Like, yes, they're separate to me. Yes, they each have their own name, differences in opinions, wants, needs, and all of that. Like, yes. But at the same time, I view it as it's still me. It's just other parts of me. It's still me. It's different parts of me that make up a whole. I don't see them as separate, even though I do. Like, this is so hard to explain. But it's like when I switch and I have those differences in personality or opinion or likes, wants, needs, deep down, it's still me. It's still the whole. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. But it's still me. And like, one of my support workers and I had a conversation this morning, and she said she doesn't see them as different. She sees them as all me, you know, just different parts of me wanting different things, but she still sees them as me. She still recognizes them as me, even though they may be slightly different, slightly more immature, or slightly more assertive, or slightly more like childlike, or playful or slightly more blunt or aggressive in their communication. Like, she still sees them as me. She still recognizes them as me. She doesn't see them as separate alters. She just sees them as different parts of me. And that's how I experienced DID too, you know? And this book says that, and that was really good that the book said that, because I feel like the book recognized DID for what it truly is. Now, the author did do a lot of research. She's not just watched YouTube videos or spoke to people with lived experience or followed like Facebook support groups and stuff for people with DID to get an understanding of what it is. She also spoke to researchers and psychiatrists and professionals that work with the disorder in order to write this book. It's just sad that the focus of the book was on someone who was supported, loved, and accepted by friends and family and professionals. I would have loved to have seen a book like this that is true to the reality of DID, but done so from the angle of a person with the disorder who is isolated and alone and can't find loving, accepting relationships or understanding or support or help from professionals. I would have loved to have seen a book written from that angle, because a lot of us don't receive that level of love, support, acceptance and understanding, and a lot of us can't even find professionals that work with the disorder to get us the help that we need. So guys, that was a book I read on the weekend, and that's how it affected me. And I feel really depressed knowing that I'm the opposite to this, you know. I'm not accepted for who I am. I'm not understood. I can't get help because everyone I've gone to says we don't treat DID, we don't work with DID. They can't tell me I don't have it and I'm being a drama queen and I'm faking it because I meet DSM criteria for it, and I've been diagnosed by one of the top psychiatrists in the world, top 12 in dissociation, top in Australia in working with trauma and dissociation. So I can't be accused of being fake or denying it, given that. But again, they don't work with the disorder, so I can't even get help. It's really sad, and it's left me feeling really friggin' depressed. And then having support workers cease services with me because they claim that they accept and understand me and my DID, and that all my parts are welcome. But the second my parts start showing themselves, the support workers cease services, and the reason for ceasing services is my disability and my diagnoses and the fact that I can't get help or support, and that for the sake of their mental health they have to leave me because my disability was too much for them. That's really upsetting and disappointing and just damaging and traumatizing. I'd give anything to have what the person in this book had: acceptance, love, support and understanding. So guys, that's my little rant for the day, my little, vlog. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, if you want to know more about life with DID and educational videos on DID, as well as videos on the reality of DID, the good and the bad, then please consider subscribing, because this channel does that. It doesn't just talk about the lived experience, but it also talks about the professional, educational side of DID, because we are qualified. We hold a master's degree in clinical counselling, and we specialise and focus on trauma therapy. So we don't just come at it with the lived experience, we come at it with the professional experience as well. God, I'm getting a splitting headache. Someone is really trying to switch out. So, you know, we show the reality of it. So consider subscribing if you're into that. Share as well. Giving this video a like gets us known. It helps us to grow our channel. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go because I'm starting to lose focus and my head is pounding. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your support, guys. Really appreciate it.